Welcome to the Tuesday stream. Hope everyone's having an awesome Tuesday morning. Let me go ahead and boost this up just a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. Well, it is December 1st. So I gotta get into the little... Oh, well, you can kind of see it. Hey, Thick Zeke, how's it going? It is December 1st, so I gotta put on the little lights. Pretty sure you guys can see it. I'm chilling. I feel I feel a little bit better than yesterday. I have just a little bit more energy. I have just a little bit more energy. Hey, Gino, how's it going? Hope you're doing all right. Man, do we have some interesting headlines to go over. Yeah, I'm chilling. I was just extremely exhausted yesterday from the trip. Oh man, driving that long. I've never driven from Georgia to Florida. I just never have driven that long. I mean, I've been on long road trips. I've done multiple road trips across. Like, I think the farthest I've gone in a road trip was Tennessee, but never as the driver, right? I was always just kind of in the back seat, just obviously younger. I bring in my my handheld games and just chill. And yeah, that was it. That was it for me. Didn't really think much of the whole driving side of the situation. But geez, can that be rough? I think like after 8 hours, it starts to get really tiring. I think, just more or less. I guess I am in for a fun ride. Oh yeah. I mean, I went so the reason why I went to Georgia is to visit my friend, who is also happens to be the co-host of the show that appears on Saturdays, and also happens to be one of the founders of the founder of ADifficultTruth. And we went there, just me, my girlfriend, her and her husband, and we just had a fun time up in the mountains in Georgia. Just a little like Thanksgiving dinner, and just hanged out at her house in the mountains. Man, it seems like the cold has followed us down here, because this morning is cold. Let's see if we have Let's see if we can have some of like the oh god, there was such a it was such it was such a bad stream. We tried to stream together and it did not go well. It did not go well. Let me see here. Oh, I could probably just do this. Content video producer. What? Wait, I did not. Is these stream titles still Monday? No, I'm pretty sure I edited that. No, it's good. Yeah, there we go. Alright, folks, let me show you the scuffiest of scuff streams. Hold on. I've been here since June. True. Let me see if I can show you guys this. For those of you that missed it, oh boy. Oh boy. Jeez. Hey, Stuka. See, you just like skipped. Jeez. Scuffed. Like, I just pointed at the random mark, but jeez. That looks way better than when I was watching. I can hear you singing instead of a crackling noise that reaches my soul. Oh no. Yeah, like the actual when you were watching it, like the actual static and the crackling noise that people kept hearing, I think honestly the culprit is most likely a bad splitter. So when I took that off, even though the microphone wasn't a good quality, obviously it's just like a little boom mic for the phone, the static went away. That crackling noise went away. So what you're hearing now is so what you were hearing now is after we took the splitter off. So I just kind of like left the VOD afterwards. I just left that side of the VOD. The best part was everything was working for a second, and then I knocked it over. Oh man. Oh man, good times. But yeah, that's what happened in Georgia. I thought that was pretty neat. Except for the you know, terrible except for the terrible sound that was totally the terrible sound that was totally not my fault, okay? I would like the record to state. Oh, no, no, no. Man, there's an article that I really want to that I was really looking for, but geez. Yes. Okay, I think we got a couple of articles ready to go. All right, let's do this, folks. Let's get the news side going. Hold on. All right, I think the first one, this one is kind of funny and good. This like crazy Dr. Atlas finally resigns from the Trump administration, and I think that this is probably a good thing considering the stuff that he said previously, like encouraging people to gather during the holidays or whatnot. Dr. Scott Atlas, a highly controversial member of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, has resigned from his post in the Trump administration. A source familiar with what happened told CNN that Atlas turned in his resignation to President Trump on Monday. As a special government employee, Atlas had a 130-day window in which he could serve, and that window was technically coming to a close this week. Oh, wait. So he was just leaving early. Okay. Atlas tweeted out a photo of his resignation later on Monday. In a letter, he said his advice was always focused on minimizing all the harms from both the pandemic and the structural policies themselves, especially to the working class and the poor. Yeah, not sure about that. I sincerely wish that the new team all the best as they guide the nation through these trying polarized times, he wrote, apparently referring to President-elect Joe Biden's incoming coronavirus team. Atlas appeared on Fox News on Monday to celebrate comments from the New York Democratic governor and Dr. Fauci about reopening schools in the state, just a moment after his departure was announced. He did not comment on his resignation and was not asked about it by Fox's Tucker Carlson, who described it as being in a normal course of events. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comments. Yeah. This is basically the good news about it. A source close to the task force told CNN that Atlas's departure comes as welcome news, as his discredited theories will no longer have a seat at the table. So in other words, we'll have some, at least we'll be not guided by by this person. A separate official said the task force was remaining intact following Atlas's departure. In one extraordinary episode in October, Twitter removed a tweet from Atlas that sought to undermine the importance of face masks because it was a violation of the platform's COVID-19 misleading information policy. Imagine like Twitter fact checking one of the people in the coronavirus task force. Imagine being booted, or at least a tweet being removed from social media because you violated misinformation terms of service, and that person just happens to be one of the people in the coronavirus task force. I mean, geez. Here we go, and this is the part that I was talking about. And earlier this month, he criticized coronavirus restrictions in Michigan, urging residents in the state to rise up against the measures. The comments came weeks after officials started an alleged domestic terrorism kidnapping plot against Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who herself has been the subject of harsh criticism from the president and other Republicans amid the pandemic. His actions have undermined, yeah, I'm just paraphrasing, by the way. His actions have undermined and threatened public health, even as countless lives have been lost to COVID. Yeah, like, you can't tell people to do, to rise up. You can't tell people that face masks aren't really that important, and it not having consequences coming from a position of authority, right? You can't just do these things. This is highly irresponsible, and I'm glad that he resigned, even though his post was going to be up in a week. But either way, it is a good news. It is a good news. At the end of the day, folks, the only thing that matters in terms of dealing with this pandemic and other issues such as climate change, facts just have to be at the front. Okay? Facts just have to be at the front. And I think that, as I said in my little tiny segment, I think that a little bit of objectivity is needed. You as an individual have a responsibility to make sure that whatever it is that you post on social media is responsible. Whatever you post on social media is true to the best of your knowledge, and fact check whatever it is that you read. Not everything on the internet is real, and just social media in general is designed to feed you this stuff, and designed in a weird way to produce conflict within our society because it brings them clicks for money. So just be aware as the individual. And as far as anything that the government can do, definitely antitrust laws, bringing back the fairness doctrine, things like that, and adding a provision to the fairness doctrine to include social media and digital independent media. I'm very concerned about the continuation of actual fake news. Hey, full figured. Yeah, they will never stop lying. Our democracy is dead if the misinformation continues. True, and it's up to there's so much weight to be carried around. We have to be vigilant. We have to dispute, and when we do post things, we have to try to vet our sources and be responsible. And as far as the government goes, they can, like I said, bring back the fairness doctrine to start, add a provision or amendment to social media and independent online digital media. Social media platforms that are as big as YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, the usual suspects, they have a responsibility too. The actual media has a responsibility as well. There's a lot of weight to be shouldered here. And if we are to move past this, this is the way. Our democracy is dead if misinformation continues. Yeah, at least it's going to be in dire straits, even further than what it is. I don't know if it's 100% dead, Gino. I don't think so. I think that there are some semblance of um, institutions, democratic institutions that are still somewhat functioning. But I don't think it's 100% dead. This election was an absolute nightmare, right? And it didn't need to be. Like, honestly, oh boy. Okay, that just reminded me. We're gonna have to go over this video. But it didn't have to be, right? It's because of this misinformation and social media, it being able to, or the internet, being able to propagate so quickly, right? To the fake news, the misinformation, the actual fake news. It propagates so quickly over the internet. It made something so easy, so traditional, so normal, such as our elections, a huge deal. I mean, it on the surface, when you just take a step back, there was really no problems with our elections this year. I mean, if anything, it was it was a little bit rocky trying to get all those mail-in ballots counted. But overall, I think that the election went pretty good in terms of like how it was ran. All the states did their thing. I didn't really see any like issues with the stuff that was happening. Trump was the one who made it difficult. Yeah. Our government relies on a bunch of handshake agreements. Yeah, like actual decorums and traditions, things that Trump doesn't care about. And it really exposed some of the weaknesses that we have. Oh, quick question, folks. Is the music too loud? I think the music is really low. All right, cool. Perfect. Yeah, but yeah, of course. Trump, like, what Trump did was just expose like how fragile things can be, but there are still institutions that are functioning somewhat. I mean, like, for example, all the courts have repeatedly thrown out all his cases, one after the other, and mind you, Trump has at this point appointed over 200 something judges, right? So, I mean, you know, it seems like for the most part, there are still some things that work, right? So we just gotta use that. Alright, let me take a look here because I need to pull up this video. Where is this video from PimTool? Oh, is this another Coperin stream? You're a far-left anarchist. You're a hypocrite. You're lying to all your followers. Oh my god. Dude, you know nothing about me. MAGA for the win 4,000. Dude, these people are really having a rough time. These people are having a really tough time handling defeat. I mean, like, imagine taking the energy to come into a random stream, like a baby stream, right? Imagine, like, taking the energy to come into, like, a random, like, baby stream and have to physically type out these words. They're not sending their best, folks. Later. Where is this video? Oh my god. Wait, I think it's this one. Imagine using louder with Crowder as a source. Hold on. Is this the real life? Wait. Wait. Is this the real life? Imagine using louder with Crowder as a source. Imagine using louder with Crowder as a source. I'm telling you, these people are having a really tough time with reality. These people are having a really tough time with reality. Here's my source. Louder with Crowder. Not even real news. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Hey, listen, buddy. I got some great advice for you, okay? When you listen to some rando, including myself, maybe, and this might be a crazy and radical idea, maybe you should vet the sources that you read, right? Maybe, because it's you have to admit it's possible that maybe Crowder is lying, which he often does. I mean, literally lying. I've seen Crowder's stream election coverage. It's an entire, what, like 5 hours of fear-mongering? And baseless accusations. Allegedly's. No real evidence behind it. Here's my New York Post, because the New York Post totally is a reliable source, but okay. After county board tosses local election results. Did you read the article? Did you read the article that you posted? Or did you just find a headline that kind of looked good and then you just decided to copy the link? This is for a local election. President Trump on Monday celebrated what he called a big victory in Nevada after Clark County Commission declined to certify the election results for county commission race. Did you bother to read? You have like a reading comprehension problem? Though the decision does not directly impact the presidential election results. Oh man. I mean, these people didn't even, like, again, this is a legit advice. When you post a source, maybe just look at it. look at it, maybe try to fact check, and realize what they're saying. I can't tell if trolls are just actual slobbermouths. These people have come so far. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this guy seems like a real person, but President Trump on Monday celebrated. Yeah, a big victory, though the decision does not directly impact the like, it's in the first paragraph, dude. Like, did you just read the headlines? It's like sad. They're not sending their best, folks. I mean, because there is no real evidence for any of these accusations. I was trying to find that Tim Pool article, that Tim Pool video. Can somebody help me out here? Jesus Christ. I think it's this one. Here it is. Because we have to go over this. We have to. This is extremely dangerous. First of all, what the hell is a Reno Gazette Journal? But okay. Huh. Again, did you bother to read any of the things that you're posting? I swear, like, you must have trouble with reading comprehension. You must have trouble with reading comprehension. June 2018. What year is this? What year is this? Oh, that's right. It's wait. Oh, yeah, it's 2020. Yeah, it's definitely 2020. Sad. Hey, Astria. Hey, Comrade Bubbles. It shows they have a history of voting machine glitches, and it wouldn't be hard for it to mess up again. To flip an election where, let's see, this was in Nevada, right? Okay. Again, you need to have some type of reading, like, you need to really vet your sources, my friend. You really need to vet your sources and read what you're posting. Like, just actually, without joking, please read what you're posting. It's like, what exactly are you trying to prove here? Nevada. Where's Nevada? Jeez. Okay, so imagine having a 32,000 vote flip. That is unheard of. That any type of mistake would flip over 30,000 votes. And even if he flipped Nevada, it would be 300 to 238. Not enough to flip the election. So I think that, like, whatever you're throwing at people, or whatever you're throwing at me, first of all, have been louder with Crowder. Think about that. And then a random New York Post article in which the first paragraph, it says this has nothing to do with the presidential election. And then an article from 2018. From the primaries of from the primary, not even a general election, from the primary of 2018. I mean, does this really make sense? Think about it. I'm not even being sarcastic. Does any of the stuff that you've been posting make any type of sense to the argument? No, it doesn't. Most people voting in person use some kind of machines, not mostly Trump supporters. How many people even voted with machines, mostly Trump supporters? Like, they're all machines. Like, I hope you know that, right? You put the vote in. Anyways, so as my speech went the other day, be objective. Think about what you're posting. Does this sound logical to you? Does an article from a 2018 primary really relevant to the argument that you're posting? Or the other article about a local city council election? Or Louder with Crowder? Who's like a far-right sycophant? Hey, Selena Gomez. Yeah, I'm just trying to say if there's glitches, it would impact Trump negatively because this election, the majority of people were Trump voters. Oh, yeah. Well, no. No, because, you know, those mail-in ballots still get run through the same machines, right, to count. So, like, there's, I don't know. There's just no real legitimate, evidence for any type of, like, huge, massive, election-flipping, widespread voter fraud, okay? It's not real. It hasn't been proven. It's just fake, all right? There's no real widespread voter fraud that would be so impactful to flip an election, right? Like, usually the numbers for real voter fraud is about 0.0003%, okay? And usually those people are caught, right? Like that guy who tried to vote for Trump twice using his dead mother, like that other lady in Pennsylvania who mailed in her ballot and then went in person because Trump told her to. She tried to vote twice. No, they're the same. They're the same. They're the same because when I had my mail-in ballot and I went to the voting place, they took my mail-in ballot and shredded it and gave me my real ballot, it looked exactly the same. It looked exactly the same. So at least where I went, they immediately dispose and shred your mail-in ballot if you bring it. You would not be voting twice. That I can guarantee you. You will not be voting twice. And if you do, that's a felony. Anyways. Hope you're doing alright, Dustin. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. No, they're not different. Alright, folks. Speaking of which, since we're on that topic, I really wanted to go over this one. Because this is dangerous. The reason why I feel like we have to address this is because of the reach. Because of the reach that Tim Pool has, every time he espouses this dangerous rhetoric, it has to be called out, okay? Part of what we should do, you know, since Stoop goes talking about how do we address fake news or how do we address like this misinformation stuff, is that we have to display it and then dismantle it, right? Especially someone like Pim Tool, who reaches millions of people, right? Even more so than Crowder. It's got to be debunked. A man did try to vote twice and he was a Trump supporter. That's why he got no media coverage. Oh no, we know about it. He was trying to request a ballot for his dead mother to try to vote for Trump twice. I believe that's the story. You can look it up. And there was another one. A of a lady in Pennsylvania who's trying to vote for Trump twice. Like, she was actually trying to vote for Trump twice because she mailed in her ballot and showed up in person. Oh yeah, I saw this, Thick Zeke. I thought I saw this, and it's like this seems like performative stuff, right? This seems performative, although it's good. It's like, it seems like you guys have benefited so much for decades now, or maybe even more. And oh, now you have a problem, right? Multinational corporations, including Nike, and Coca-Cola, are lobbying to water down legislation that would ban products made with force. Wait. Hold on. Maybe I misread this. Let me clear my eyes to make sure I'm reading this correctly. Are lobbying to water down legislation, because I thought the story was completely different. Okay, so wait a minute. Let me make sure that what? Hey, Sparrowhawk. I can't believe this, because at first, no, I couldn't believe this at first, because I saw this yesterday and I thought that they were lobbying against this. For some reason, something went something like must have crossed my wires, but I read in my head that, shoot, maybe I'm the one that needs to get needs to re-up on reading comprehension, because I read the complete opposite in my head. Maybe I just completely crossed my wires there, but this is beyond evil. Reading Rainbow's a good show. You need to get some brain pills from that Alex Jones man. True. Kind of blows my mind how big Tim Pool's audience is. The grift is easy. Although at this point, I don't know if he is doing it for the grift. Like, to grift? I think he just has fallen. He's just fallen into this. Hook, line, and sinker. But yeah, the money's good. Thick Zeke. Or I'm sorry, Comrade Bubbles. Money's good. This is abhorrent. Multinational corporations, including Nike and Coca-Cola, are lobbying to water down legislation that would ban products made with forced labor in China's Xinjiang province. The New York Times reported on Sunday, China has attempted to cement state power over millions of Muslim citizens in Xinjiang, mostly Uyghur Muslims, along with Kazakhs and other minorities. The ruling Communist Party has placed Uyghurs in so-called re-education camps that attempt to erase their attachment to Islam, and has also embarked on a campaign to force sterilization. Yikes. Has also embarked on a campaign of forced sterilization of Uyghur women. And these corporations are trying to lobby against a legislation that would ban the imports of goods from Xinjiang unless they could verify that the goods were not produced using forced labor. Yikes. Yikes. But what if the stock price not go up? Right? That's true, Sparrowhawk. I can't believe this. This is some comic book. This is some comic book evil. Like, level of evil. It's like some comic book villain level of evil. Don't worry, they'll make it up with BLM and Pride colored Twitter logos. True, that's what I thought. I honestly thought that they were doing like another like performative performative thing by saying that they were not going to do this. For some reason I was like, "Oh, this is a good idea. Cool. Yeah, I wouldn't want them like doing this." And then like now that I'm reading it for real, I'm even more appalled. They're not even trying to hide how evil they're being. True. Bezos is literally Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. Yeah, he kind of has a resemblance, an older version. Man. Yikes. God bless the almighty dollar, right? Anything for that penny. The CEO of Coca-Cola could call Pitania should someone still have sales. Yeah. Something like that. Hey, how's it going, anarcho-commune? Wow. I am appalled. Yikes. But yeah, you know, totally normal and totally moral system. Totally normal and totally normal. Sorry, totally normal and totally moral. Have you heard what they're doing to horseshoe crabs? No, what's going on? What? Your blood is super valuable to Big Pharma? What? Oh man, they're gonna wipe them out. Hey, mitochondria. I'll never get over why people still listen to Ben Shapiro and Tim Pool at all. About how stupid it is to stay home while they began filming from home. Yeah. It's like part of the grift, right? They're blooded by hundreds of thousands, given back to nature with decreased blood. So they act disoriented and don't reproduce as much. Dang, are they really gonna ruin this too? A molecule that attacks pathogens. Wow. Wow. That is actually very sad. That is actually very sad. That makes me sad. Okay? Because, like, horseshoe crabs are dope. Animals are dope. Yeah, exactly. Today is gonna be a cry day. Yeah, well, like added to the list of animals that will wanna take us over when they inevitably gain consciousness. Nah, birds are cool. Birds are cool. Okay. Birds are cool. This I have decreed. I have spoken. Birds are the best pets. Oh, they're pretty chill. I have a well, my parents have a miniature macaw. I think it's called the miniature macaw. That a neighbor didn't want, and they decided to take it in. And we named him Jefe, and he's pretty chill. Granted, he will bite your finger off if he has the chance, but he's pretty chill. Very nice to look at. And he will fly around in our patio. My dog's name is Jefe. Nice. I've never had a good experience with a bird. I've been cool 5 times. Yeah. I mean, my birds have have tried to bite me multiple times. And yeah, no, I feel that. I just think they're cool. Okay? I just think they're cool. One of them used to whistle like songs and stuff. You could teach it songs. I almost got him to do the Super Mario theme song. He's a little black chihuahua mix. I call him Jefito or Jefecito. Jefecito. Get a cockatiel, they're so sweet. Yeah, I had one as well. Selena Gomez. And we called I think it was her, him. I think it was a him, and we called him Lala because he would be so good at learning songs if you whistled it long enough. The pigeon population is our fault, so you can blame people for that. My other chihuahua is a girl named Dulce Dulcita. Yeah, nice. Nice. Pigeons are cool. They'll come up to you for food. Alright, folks, I have to torture you folks. I'm sorry. We have to go over this.
This time from the Washington Examiner, historically strange spike in
the Washington Examiner.
Incomplete Nevada voter files. Casinos as, quote, home. Interesting. They say an analysis of Nevada votes has uncovered an unprecedented jump in problem voter registrations, likely providing the Trump campaign with another avenue to challenge Joe Biden's victory in the critical state.
In the critical state. Have you guys seen Nevada? Like, I literally just showed it to you guys, okay? The critical state of 6 electoral votes to make Joe Biden's victory 300 to 238. Just pointing that out there. Like this guy, Pim Tool has the exact same reading comprehension as the person who was earlier here in chat. MAGA, whatever his name was. Literally the same level of reading comprehension. He has a weird way of enunciating as if he's trying to sound smart, but it just makes him sound dumber. Timful. My cocktails didn't learn how to sing anything. Well, the one that I had happened to just learn.
An affidavit filed in another Republican election challenge. A data scientist found a huge surge of incomplete voter registrations and those giving casinos and temporary RV parks as their home or mailing addresses. In the 3rd Congressional District.
Affidavits mean jack if you can't prove what is being said by the affidavits in court. Okay? Just to be clear.
District that covers the southern third of the state and much of Clark County. The expert, Dorothy Morgan, said that in her initial study of the records of those who voted, there was a historically strange jump in voter registrations missing the sex and age of the voter, making confirmation by poll workers impossible. Now take a look at this. The first thing I want to say, when they mention RVs, casinos, or otherwise, it's possible that some people were forced to flee due to COVID and they moved to weird places. Some people got RVs and then moved because they didn't want to be locked down in a big city. But I believe the actual data would debunk, for the most part, that idea. This is because the actual data has incomplete registrations. It's not just the faulty addresses or the strange addresses. They say number of 2020 voters in Nevada, CD3, whose voter registration lists invalid birth dates, birthday equals 0 and birth month equals 0, and unknown sex by year registration. We can see that in 2018, the midterms, 156. Seems like nothing. Look at that. In 2012, 0. In 2016, 68. In 2020, 13,372 incomplete registrations or improperly filled out registrations.
Is somebody gonna tell him also that voter registrations have absolutely nothing to do with ballots? Like, is the insinuation saying that, like, oh well, a ton of voter registrations are messed up, so therefore the election is messed up? I think that obviously these two are two different things. Hey, Half Truth, thank you for the raid for the party of one. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Putting weird shit on a voter registration form absolutely sounds like weird right-wing libertarian shit. Yeah, like I don't want the government to know. But either way, it doesn't mean that there are false ballots. Ballots, registrations. Ballots, registrations. Hey, Alio, how's it going? Two different things. Okay? Great.
They say 74% took place between July and September. Morgan found that in the last presidential election, there were 68 voter registrations missing the critical data. In 2020, it was 13,372. What's more, 74% of the incomplete registrations took place between July and September this year. In her two-page affidavit provided to Secrets, Morgan wrote, "This investigation found over 13,000 voters whose voter registration information revealed no sex or date of birth. Not only does this mean we cannot verify whether these voters are old enough to vote, it's also historically strange. While one does not expect voter registration information to be perfect, it is very strange that there were very, very few of those kinds of imperfect records with missing or invalid information until this year, when there are 13,372 of them. Several addresses were odd too," she wrote. "I have also identified dozens of voters who listed as their home or mailing addresses a temporary..."
Okay, so again, let's just take that right now, 13,000, right? Let's just say, for argument's sake, let's just say that all of them, all 13,372 of them, managed to commit voter fraud. Okay? That's just again, it's not true. Just to be clear, I'm just saying, let's entertain just for a second the idea that all of these 13,372 of them, all of them committed voter fraud. Biden won Nevada by almost 32,000, if I'm correct. Okay? So they would need to come up with another 20-something thousand votes or more to flip a state with 6 electoral votes and still not win the election. Like, do you understand, like, how hard it is to commit a serious, widespread plot to overturn an election? Like, do you see how difficult it is? Do you see how difficult and really just not feasible or not likely, right? But I won about 33. Yeah, maybe my math was a little off, but it takes into account whether these weird forms these operate in one area or not. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, just for argument's sake, we use that all of these 13,372 of them were committed voter fraud. All of them. It still wouldn't even be nearly enough, not even close, to flip the state. Right? So, like, it's inconceivable. I mean, it's just fear-mongering and falsehoods. Either way, people like him have already done their job. They've created enough misinformation that people have to waste their time now talking about it. Yeah, like me. Here having to sit down because that other dude came in here saying that he had undeniable proof by posting Louder with Crowder videos and then random articles from 2018 and another random article talking about a local election to prove that's why Trump won. So yeah, we do actually have to spend like a moment here and kind of just set the record straight using the data provided and just try to inject some objective truth to what's happening, because this is very dangerous. This is extremely dangerous. This is irresponsible of him. He should be ashamed of himself. But hey, I guess no shame when you make the Tim Pool bucks. No shame. No shame when you make the Tim Pool bucks, right?
V Park and Casino, she wrote. In a Thanksgiving Day interview from her Texas home, Morgan said, "It's weird. So what I found was that there are just a lot of people who have 0 birthdays, 0 birth month, and then unknown sex. Then she said, after checking past history of 2020, I saw is that you have a handful of people, and then all of a sudden you have 13,000 people making that error in 2020, and that's just not right." Her affidavit was filed on behalf of Dan Rodemer, who lost his election to Rep. Susie Lee in Nevada's 3rd Congressional District. He lost by 13,000 votes. A judge this week dismissed Rodemer's case, deciding that the court didn't have the jurisdiction.
You see how they inject that little like, oh, it just so happens that it's the same number. How do you know that all of these were from the same area enough to flip this election? Like, this is some like god-tier level of fear-mongering. God-tier level of fear-mongering. I'm glad you're talking about it. It's just so bad faith. Yeah, I know. I know, and you tell people like him what they're doing is shameful, and they throw their arms up and go, "What? It's just ideas. I'm just saying things." Yeah, that's what triggers me, right? That's what triggers me. It's like, no, you're not just saying ideas, right? You're fermenting some very dangerous things that have real world implications. Okay, you have an audience of millions of people a month that listen to you. Okay, you have a responsibility as a content creator, whether there's only 20 people listening, or 251,000 of them. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. You need to be responsible. If it were possible, 29, most likely people wouldn't want to get jailed talking about errors of state votes. Yeah, like, and if you try to commit voter fraud, Algio, you will be caught. I'm sorry, you will be caught. There are fail-safes in our electoral system. The people who have tried, for the most part, have been caught. Okay, so yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, and it's just so highly unlikely. The percentage of voter fraud is statistically irrelevant, right? Again, the conservative number is anywhere from like 0.00003% to about 0.0000 like 5 or 6%. Like it's irrelevant. Statistically speaking, it will never flip an election. Okay? It's just not gonna happen. Sorry.
Diction to handle it. The Trump campaign has found multiple examples of problem ballots and voting and has been granted a December 3rd hearing to present some evidence and 15 depositions. Now, things are going to get interesting. You may be following the other news from my main channel in the previous segment about Donald Trump and Pennsylvania. The Republicans in Pennsylvania they're going to file a joint resolution to take back the power to appoint electors. If Trump can get Pennsylvania jammed, meaning no one gets the electoral votes, 2 more states have to fall. If Nevada falls, then Trump just needs to get 1. I'm not sure.
So, soft coup attempt number 235,000. Is their sad attempt at getting the actual Pennsylvania electors, like the people who are going to cast the electoral votes, to flip. I really doubt that that's not going to. I really doubt that's going to happen. But if it does, and again, I want to be very clear and very careful. This is something unlikely, but you must keep your eyes open, right? Eyes peeled. If he does attempt to flip Pennsylvania against the will of the people and is successful in doing so, then we have a problem. If he somehow manages to flip the electoral... Geez, I'm getting so many spam calls. Stop it. If there's, by some weird, like, our institutions fail in Pennsylvania, if institutions fail in Pennsylvania, where they go completely against the will of the people and get their cronies to conspire and flip the electoral vote, that's when we have a problem, folks. That's when me and my gamer friends rise up. That's right, Thick Zeke. That's right. You will see very dark times if that happens, okay? I guarantee it. Because that would be flaunting tyranny in front of people's faces. And I don't know if that's going to bear well. He would still need to have all the electoral votes. He just needs to flip enough to change this number. Hold on. He would just need enough to flip this number. Right? From 232 to past 270, right? So if he can magically flip Pennsylvania, it would be 252 and then 276, I think, if I did the math correct. Joe Biden still wins if they flip Pennsylvania. Now, if they flip another state using the same tactic, that might be a problem. But I doubt it. Again, in my head, it is very unlikely that this soft coup attempt number 255 at this point will work. But I want people to be aware that this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to get his Republican cronies to try to get together and flip the electors, get the electors to go against the will of the people, to overrule the will of the people. And that is disturbing. And Tim Pool is just completely okay with this. Tim Pool is completely okay with this, by the way. He's completely okay with turning democracy on its head.
Sure, Nevada's enough. What is Nevada? 6 electoral votes? It might not be enough. Actually, no. If he gets Nevada, Biden falls to 300. If Trump then knocks out PA, Biden falls to 280. And then if Trump flips Arizona, Biden falls to 269, just shy of 270. And then contingent election, Donald Trump wins. That would be the most insane and dramatic victory Trump could pull off, keeping Biden 1 electoral vote away.
Oh my God, can you imagine? This is like sports ball, isn't it, folks? This is like sports ball, right? When the fourth quarter comes in and all they need is just that one kicker goal. That's all they need. Like, what are you talking about, Tim Pool? This is literally playing with people, okay? This is extremely dangerous. Jesus Christ, this guy is insane. When was this posted? I think yesterday. Oh no, a couple days ago. November 27th. Fourth quarter was 2 quarters ago. But this is basically what they're trying to do, right? Like this is like he's talking about it like he's excited that like his favorite football team at the Super Bowl is like really down and right now they're disputing a play with the referees and they're going back and forth, and all they need, even though they're losing by so much, all they need is just like the referee to overrule a couple of touchdowns and do that one final kick and then the win. I mean, I'm serious. That's how this guy sees it. Must be nice. Because that shows that it really doesn't matter to you, does it, Tim? It really doesn't matter who wins, right? As long as people keep clicking on your stupid videos.
Because I believe Arizona is 11, Nevada is 6, and Pennsylvania is 20. Maybe I'm wrong. If that's what happened, go buy yourselves a lottery ticket. Astronomical odds. But could you imagine what the Democrats and left would do if that's how things go down? Woo,
hey, Wiz.
Let me tell you something. You want to count out Donald Trump? Baby, we're talking Vegas here. This is Nevada. Nevada knows what's...
You want to count out Donald Trump? Yeah. You want to count out insert favorite football team here? Yeah. Like, what are you talking... This triggers me so hard. The way he talks about this, like it's freaking sports. Referees in 3 different games. This triggers me so hard. Like imagine thinking something that could have real potential impacts on people's lives, and then treat it like sports. In this manner. If y'all want some good theory, and spend some chill vibes, and are into the theory stuff, deep dives into theory, check out Wiz. They do a good job.
What's up? Donald Trump's betting odds 9.7%. Why? I don't know. Because the electoral betting odds have not completed.
I don't know why. Like, it would be less than 10%, over 90% of the chance that Joe Biden wins the election at that point, since he already won. But I can't imagine why. Over 7 million votes against Donald Trump.
Yet. You see, all these people are like, let me tell you. The media goes, Joe Biden is president-elect. And the betting odds and predicted are like, we haven't had the Electoral College vote yet. So we ain't paying anybody out yet. So you can still bet that Donald Trump will win the Electoral College. I don't think that's a good bet, to be honest, even though it's a value bet, because you'll get a huge return.
Ah, yes. So all of you who are Tim Pool fans, yeah, want to take a bet on that? In fact, put all your money, all of it, into the 9% chance that it happens. Yeah, go do that. Put all your entire stock into that 9%, into that unbelievable odds that's just not gonna happen unless our institutions completely and utterly fail. Yeah, just listen to Tim Pool. I wonder how many of these 251,078 idiots actually did that. A lot of Americans treat sports and their sports team like life and death. I've never understood it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like a big fan of sports. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this is exactly what it looks like to me from my end. This is exactly what it looks like.
I see why people would make it. There's still a little bit more, she says. In a Thanksgiving Day interview, she said it's so weird that there are 0 birth months. Then she said, after checking past history, you have a handful of people, then all of a sudden you have 13,000 people making that error in 2020, and that's just not right. Her affidavit was filed on behalf of Rudimer, who dismissed his case. In her affidavit, which has been forwarded to Trump's team, Morgan said that her findings were just scratching the surface.
Ashley Home Stores Black.
Based on the results I have found in the limited time I have to analyze this dataset, I expect to find additional oddities in the election data as I conduct further analysis, she wrote. What if Donald Trump somehow reverses course on the narrative and they've been beating us over the head saying it's over, Trump lost, and then Trump somehow wins? Look at Las Vegas. Okay.
It's okay. You see, the continuation of this conspiracy theory is infuriating. It's over, okay? Understand that the election is over. It is done, okay? Now, do you want it to be official on whenever they decide to do the electoral college? That's fine. But the election is over. The people have spoken. Donald Trump lost. Enough.
Okay, look at Nevada. The betting odds have Trump at 9.7% to win. I'm sorry, to be the next president. That's really good odds. 1 in 10? What makes them think 1 in 10? I've been saying over. You know what I'm gonna do from now on?
What? Imagine thinking 9% are good odds. 9% are good odds. This is the same guy who's thinking that probably COVID has a very low death rate, so we probably shouldn't worry about it. That's the same logic that this really not smart person is saying, and has said repeatedly on his channel that reaches, again, millions of people a month. He clearly doesn't understand statistics or how that works.
I'm going to say, the percentage that I think Trump has to win, 9.7.
Hey,
if people ask why that number, I'll say, that's the betting odds. Because I'm not an expert. I've been saying I think Trump's got a path to victory, but it's astronomical. It's going to be Joe Biden winning. But in Vegas, that's not what they're saying. And so you know what? I defer to the betting experts. Nate Silver was wrong. All these other outlets were wrong. All these other pollsters were wrong. Historical failure across the board. I'm just going to tell you this. Betting odds. We're talking about Nevada flipping, and we're talking about what the betting odds, they say it's updated every 20 minutes. It was actually at 9.3 earlier today. And so I guess we can only sit back and see how it plays out with Trump's strategy. But here's the point I was making previously in other segments, is that Trump's trying to run out the clock at the last minute. Think about it this way. Let's say that you're watching a basketball game. You got 10 seconds on the clock. It's down to the wire. It's like, I don't know what a good point spread is. Let's say you're...
And there it is. And there it is. This isn't sports ball, Tim. This is the real world with real people and real life consequences. You irresponsible person.
You're looking at like 120 to 119 points or whatever. Is that? I don't know. I don't watch basketball. And let's say this. Trump's team needs 2 points, puts them 1 point ahead with 10 seconds left on the clock. So what do? They hold it for 7 seconds and then shoot. You know why? If they shoot right away and get it in, then they're giving 9 seconds to the other team. Maybe I'm not familiar with the rules of basketball, but you get the point, okay? I don't watch basketball. The point is, they want to run the clock.
What? What nonsense is this? What nonsense is this? Okay. Again, number one, this isn't sports. Number two, what are you talking about that the team is going to have 9 more like as if like what, the Democrats are going to somehow rally and make like other lawsuits to try to flip other states that they know they can't flip? What? Yeah, I have no other access to give him, you know, to get his videos unless, like, hey, maybe 251,000. Maybe they're not all just like people who actually listen to him. Maybe there are people like me who have to sit here and debunk all his nonsense. All right, we'll take care of that in a second.
Lockdown as long as possible before making the major move to prevent the Democrats from having a chance to respond to whatever it is their actual electoral strike will be. If Trump comes out right now, a month before the electoral...
Dude, the Democrats don't have to respond. You know that, right? The lawsuits that have been brought forth are so laughable. The judge has no idea what the case is. When asked if this was a case of voter fraud, Rudy Giuliani said no. He knows he can't do that in court. I mean, they have been laughed. I think at this point is like out of almost 30 cases, they've almost all been thrown out, except for that one time in Pennsylvania. Either way, the election result is not going to flip.
Vote and says, here's my plan. Aha. And the courts go, Trump is right. We agree. The Democrats say, we have 3 weeks to figure this out. No, it's better right now that Trump is holding the ace up his sleeve, waiting until the very last minute to drop the card and say, you got 10 seconds, make your move fast. And they're going to run out of time. And the courts are going to say, nope. Trump's been litigating this for weeks. The Democrats had every opportunity and mocked him and belittled him and walked away. And maybe then Trump wins. You know,
maybe then Trump wins. So in other words, your idea, your ideal outcome is to take democracy and throw it down the drain, and you'd be happy with that. In fact, you're cheering it on like a sports game. You're cheering it on as if this is like some type of like last minute basketball finals, like NBA finals or the Super Bowl, right? Imagine like being so like, I guess this is like probably speaking from a position of privilege, right? Like, oh yeah, like dude, this is like sports ball to me, as he says. Right? Like, I don't care. I mean, I want my team to win, of course, but like, this is just sports to me. Oh yeah, this is the enlightened centrist, by the way. This is the enlightened centrist, the totally not far-right sycophant.
Happen though, these lefties are going to pull all of this stuff out of context, because I keep saying over and over again that I think it's like 99.9% Biden, and I'm only saying that because Trump does have a legitimate legal path to victory. If he didn't, I would just say, of course, Biden won. But no, they'll take it out of context and claim I was screaming that Trump will win even though he was losing or whatever. Look.
In order for you to have a legitimate path to victory, legal path to victory, there's this thing that you need called evidence. In order for you to win a court case, the judges don't just side with you because you say so. The court doesn't look at an argument and it's like, yeah, there's voter fraud. Really? Where's the evidence? I said so. Trust me, bro. That's not how court cases are decided. That's why they keep getting laughed out of court. Okay? There's no real legal path unless our institutions fail. And again, he tries to, you know, sway the electors, I should say. There's just no real path to victory. Sorry, Tim. It's over.
If they're giving him 10% on rounding up in Vegas, take it up with them. Don't take it up with me, okay? They're putting around this video where they're like, Tim Pool predicted a 49-state landslide. Yeah, a year and a half ago when Moody's Analytics said that Trump is going to win, but like with average turnout, Democrats will never win. Historical economy.
Yeah, a year ago, if before COVID, I would suspect that Trump would probably win. Quite frankly, Donald Trump probably would win against a Joe Biden candidate had it been like a normal election year. Had it been a normal election year without COVID, without the economic problems, and without, you know, Trump fumbling over everything, I think Trump would have easily won this, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would agree that Trump would have won. A year and a half ago. Yeah, maybe a year and a half ago. I love his chipmunk voice. It's a little bit more accentuated because I've had it on 1.5 speed just to get this over with. If world wars to happen, what alliances would be formed? No idea, Silverfang. If day one Trump said everyone wear masks and isolate, this could have been ended in 2 months and Trump would have been sitting pretty. Yeah, oh, Dustin, if Trump would have had some type of competent response, or just not do anything and let the experts take care of it all, he would have been in a much better position. We, the people, would have been in a much better position. But no, it just didn't happen. And now we have 13 million cases. At this point, what, 260-ish thousand deaths? That's right.
Just best numbers of our lives. And then what you need to understand about a 49-state landslide is that Trump could win a narrow popular vote victory and get a 49-state landslide. It's an issue of winning.
Narrow popular vote victory. Narrow popular vote victory. Thanks for the follow, Silverfang. Narrow popular. And where are you going to find the 7 million votes to do that, Tim? 7 million. Where are you going to find these votes? What are you talking about?
By 1 vote in each state. That means Trump could literally be up 50 votes and get a 49-state landslide. You see how that works? But they love doing this. I guess just because they want to make everybody hate each other and they don't want you to understand the full context. Like if I said something like, if Donald Trump right now, does a triple backflip off the White House, superhero landing on the ground, causing a gigantic crater to form, wiping out 99% of the world's global population, then yeah, Trump might actually be able to pull this off and win, defeating Joe Biden. You see how absurd that sounds? What they'll do is they'll take that last bit and then make a video where it's like, I'm actually saying that will happen. If Donald Trump were to have pardoned nonviolent drug offenders and appointed Yang and Tulsi and pulled out of Afghanistan, yeah, we may have seen a 49-state landslide. I'll take that last bit and make that claim. So, all right, I'm not going to rant.
No. Jesus. No. Hey Heat, how's it going? That's not how that works. Hey Arnok, how's it going? How are things? I'm chilling, my friend. I don't know. I think you were here earlier.
In a few minutes. Stick around, and I will see you all shortly.
Yeah, get out of my face. Get out of my face, Tim. This is extremely dangerous. This idea that there's a massive conspiracy to overthrow the election, there's a massive conspiracy against Donald Trump, because there's just no way, no humanly possible way that anybody would vote against this man. There's just no way that anybody would there's just no way that anybody would vote against this man. There's just no, oh Jesus, we're almost at 270. There's just no way that anybody would vote against this man. Yeah. Hope you're doing alright, Heat. It's just so impossible that nobody would vote against Donald Trump. He's only caused or been at least a catalyst to almost 270 deaths when it didn't have to be that way. Single-handedly also, his incompetence has caused great financial grief for tens of millions of people. And yeah, and then he's surprised when he loses the election by 7 million votes. It's literally the only reason people voted for Biden to vote against Trump. Yeah, so understand that people didn't vote for Biden. The majority of people. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people do like Biden. But it was mainly a referendum against Trump, okay? It's a referendum against Trump. It's a referendum against his incompetence. It's a referendum against his authoritarianism. And it's a referendum, to a degree, against fascism, okay? That's what this is. That's what happened. And I'm fine, thank you. Good to hear. Anthony Sabatini pulls trigger on campus carry legislation. Representative... Oh, this is Florida man, by the way. We're heading into Florida man territory. That would filed a bill on Monday that would allow people with a concealed firearm carry to carry a weapon onto Florida colleges and universities. HB 6001 seeks to delete a provision that restricts permit holders from carrying a firearm on campus grounds. Florida's current statute limits registered students and faculty carrying stun guns and non-lethal electric weapons on campus. The current prohibition of the concealed carry of a firearm makes campuses less safe and violates the spirit of the Second Amendment, except don't think it does. The Howley in the Hills Republican tweeted, notably, this is not Sabatini's first crack at the proposal. He filed a similar campus carry bill in both 2019 and 2020 legislative sessions, though neither pitch received a hearing. The 2021 legislative session starts in March. Campus carry proposals have drawn stiff opposition from activists and university leaders nationwide. On the other hand, gun rights activists and interest groups such as the NRA have galvanized sizable support around this issue. Campus carry proponents argue that students should maintain the right to self-defense while on campus. Sure, I don't think there's any problem with the right to self-defense. Like that, I get that. Some also contend that licensed weapon holders could play a role in stopping a mass shooting. Not sure how that works. You're a Florida man, technically. True. Exactly, MMA. Oh no, I have nothing wrong. I have no problems with that, Amy. I have firearms. I just don't know if allowing them on campus is a good idea. Why can't we have effective non-lethal? Well, yeah, you can. You can have stun guns and other stuff. Contrarily, cities says guns on campus could escalate violence, disrupt the learning environment, and even hinder police response. How many mass shootings must be witnessed before we allow law-abiding citizens to defend themselves? I don't know. Like, I don't know. What a bow and arrow. Cool. Now PTSD from active shooter drills in grade school that would mix well with on-campus carry. Right, like I don't know. I don't know. Florida's only one fourth of states with 1 million permit holders. The other are Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Texas. Florida gun laws went under a microscope in 2018 when a student opened fire on a classmate with a semi-automatic rifle emerging. Oh yeah, Ooh. But this has nothing to do with university campus, right? Nothing to do with that. While several law changes were made after the incident to include raising the minimum age to purchase a firearm to 21. Okay. The Giffords Law Center and other gun violence group have called for more changes. According to the National Conference of State Legislators, only 10 states allow concealed weapons onto college campuses. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I'm torn on that, you know? Hey, Chai Beer Cat, how's it going? I see. Shh. Nobody needs. Okay. It's our secret. No hunting just for fun? Oh, that's cool. I have a, I'm also of the city. But, I have a crossbow. I have a crossbow and a couple of bolts. And that's why I had to post it, because it seems like a whole bunch of emotional rhetoric. Yeah. And like, again, I have firearms and I'm very comfortable with them. And I think that if we really want to, talk about this issue, I think that what we should do is just talk about, I think, ingrain into the culture the priority of safety and responsibility, and make that a part of gun culture from the get-go. Like, for example, if you purchase a firearm, it should come free with a trigger lock, right? It should come free. not the little weird padlocks that they come with, but like an actual lock for the trigger, right? Maybe encourage more people to buy safes to properly store firearms. Like that should be like from the beginning and ingrained from the get-go to new gun owners, right? Encourage encourage gun safety courses and things like that, right? Longbows only and sabers. Sabers, that's right. Yeah, that's fine. 21. Okay. Yeah, sure. 21. I don't think I would have a problem with that. Hey, Dr. Dragon Rider, you think it should be like a driver's license where you have to pass a safety test and purchase insurance? I don't know if you should purchase insurance, but maybe something like that. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to that. Maybe I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to that. Something like where you go and renew it every couple of years or whatever, because it encourages people to take safety courses or something like that. Maybe something like that. Yeah, to cut down like on the high school shootings, a lot of the weapons that the kids obtain are obviously not their own. So clearly someone, the adult, didn't have responsibility. Yeah, terrible. It's the glorification? Maybe. I think if more people understood it as a tool, it's not cool, it's not a toy. We can also get that ingrained into the mindset of people. Because like, if you notice, I don't go around showing off everything that I have, right? If you go to my Discord, I have mentioned it before, but I don't go around like, you know, necessarily like flaunting everything, right? I think it's, you know, it's a to me it's like archery, right? I like going out there once in a while to the range. I think it's fun in terms of like you know, going out there as a hobby and as a serious. It's like with every hobby that you take seriously, you have respect for it, right? Heck, I don't even carry in public. I don't bring it everywhere I go. Why? But I understand, I guess. It's just like a lot of these issues do come down with the mentality within, you know, the mentality within the gun culture. And I think that if we can begin to address that and again make it as part of the culture, to be about safety and responsibility, and that will reduce some of the issues. In the city, you really can't carry anywhere illegally. Yeah. 3-day waiting period, no gun show sales, universal background check. Yeah, see, like, there you go. I mean, but like, I had to wait, what, 5 days? I had to wait almost a whole week. I had to wait almost an entire week I wasn't sitting here complaining. I had to do a background check. Yeah, like that. I think these are just like normal things. Dragon Rider. This guy took his grandson to the park with COVID, strapped with an open carry handgun. Like, why? Anyone with domestic disputes. You know what they say, 40%. Yeah, you may do something with the with like some type of like well written red flag law. Maybe I could be on board with that. Maybe. But that would go into your record, right? Like, I'm pretty sure you've ever had like domestic violence. That's a felony, is it not? Not sure. I'll have to check on that. But yeah, like things like that. These are just common sense, right? I think these are fair. Like, for example, maybe guns shouldn't be on airplanes. That's fair. Maybe if you've had a domestic domestic violence on your record, that person shouldn't probably shouldn't own firearms. So my father, my dearest cousin, committed suicide with a gun. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, Amy. I found a man dead, suicided to a gunshot to the head. I still think guns are a person's right. It's like electricity. It can either kill someone, like the electric chair, or light a dark room. It just depends on the way it's used. Yeah, I understand. And again, I have no problems with firearms. I have. But these things aren't really a big deal, right? Like certain well-written red flag laws might work. Dragon Rider proposed, well, we have this 3-day like waiting period. Okay. I think mine was like 5 days, like a week. No gun show sales, maybe. Universal background check, okay. No felony or violent crimes on your record, true. No violent backgrounds on your record. Yeah, there you go. I think that's the most simplest way to kind of like address some of the issues. Well, I don't know. I think the problem, Cornbread, would be if you start putting like taxes on trying to obtain firearms. That is going to affect disproportionately poor people and people of color. That I would not agree with. But just simple things like that, I don't know if that would be an issue, Cornbread. But I would certainly not want to make it more financially difficult to get a firearm via the government, right? Oh shoot, I forgot to show for myself. Folks, if you enjoy the content and you like what you see, make sure you hit that follow button on Twitch and head on over to our YouTubes and just smack that subscribe button there on YouTube. It really does help us out. Spread the word. Tell everybody this is the chillest problem. I'm reading Genocide's comment. The chillest news and politics channel on Twitch. Guns like the bottom tier thing. I just need simple comments. Yeah, I think so. How about get the NRA out of political process? I see it as a huge issue. Don't allow foreign donations to the NRA. Yeah, I think they're into some hot water. I think they've been into some hot water for questionable donations and stuff like that. True cornbread. Bring it to suburban park during the day, leave it in the car if you must have it. Yeah, I get it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I think differently, but I don't carry it everywhere, you know? You are the chillest. Thank you. True cornbread. Alright, let me go over this article here. I think that this is important. Biden readies major stimulus push and flurry of executive orders in first 100 days. This needs to happen. If there is no economic stimulus, we are screwed. Previous federal research into gun violence has largely been prevented due to the 1990 amendment. Recent federal funds are allocated to NIH to research gun violence. Huh. I just think the amount of cops... Oh, yeah. Doubt their guns would be taken away because they never get charged to begin with. Yeah, true. Yeah, of course. Gino, like, I get what you're saying. And, like, generally speaking, like, I'm not uncomfortable with people, like, open carrying. It's just, like... at a suburban park. You know what I mean? Like, at a suburban park. I mean, I guess, but I mean, you know, like I said, I don't know. Maybe I see things differently. Maybe I'm sheltered. But I don't carry it everywhere I go, you know? It's my fundamental right to have artillery and AA guns wherever I go. A tank in every garage. Yes, there we go. Yeah, that's what we need. A tank in every garage. A grenade in every hand. Yeah, that will solve the problem. I'm sure that nothing could go wrong. I'm sure that nothing could go wrong in those situations. All right, focus. President-elect Joe Biden and his transition team are preparing for an early all-out push to pass an ambitious new stimulus bill while drawing up plans for a flurry of executive actions aimed at delivering on campaign promises and undoing the Trump administration's efforts to undermine key government agencies. Cool. If he delivers, that will remain to be seen, but we need to press to make sure that Joe Biden does something to improve the material conditions of the working class, to give economic stimulus to the people, and deal with COVID. Biden will be inaugurated in January with a pressing mandate to confront simultaneous and interwoven public health, economic, and racial crises. At the same time, his team will take over the work of spearheading one of the most complicated politically fraught mass vaccination campaigns in American history. Biden's agenda for his first 100 days in office will, according to both those close to him and outside groups in contact with his top aides, center on two key avenues of action: the passage of broad economic package aid and, when legislation is not necessary, a series of executive actions aimed at advancing its priorities: containing the COVID-19 pandemic, launching an economic recovery, and tackling racial inequality are his most urgent priorities, transition officials say. Well, if you think that tackling racial inequality are your priorities, then you must focus on the pandemic, healthcare, economic recovery, and climate change if you really want to address this, racial inequality. The scope of stimulus legislation will likely turn on the results of Senate runoffs in Georgia in early January. Hey, folks, there are a couple of you here. if you live in Georgia or know someone in Georgia, please remind them that there is a runoff. Do not forget the runoff election is coming up January 3rd, January 5th. Please check. And of course, if you are a Trump supporter, you must be principled and boycott this election. Show the GOP. Teach them a lesson. If someone is open carrying them, I want them to be schooled and be safe and armed. Yeah, like, again, I don't necessarily have a problem. I just have an issue when people don't, know or just have a irrational thing. Yes, I believe if you have a gun, you should know how to use it. Yeah, damn, a responsible, like, yeah, exactly. Crime is down, but accidents are up. Like, damn, imagine like responsibility and like safety courses, or like I think Dragon Rider proposed even like some type of kind of like what you have for a car, right? Kind of like what you have for a car, like a registration, like a license. That could work. I don't trust that the system is creating that. I think he's just another fearful nutcase, but that's just my opinion. Oh, well, maybe you know that person. I'm not the U.S. government. True. Maybe. Given Biden's choice for budget director, press X to doubt. Yeah. Hey. The system? No. Oh, that was fun. Gotta go. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Heat. I appreciate that. Better treatment for mental illness is what needs to happen. Hey, here's a proposal for you. Medicare for all. Or some type of universal healthcare system. Yeah, the force yeah. I mean, no, but you can, like, maybe with red flag laws. Maybe. It's kind of a weird it's kind of a weird thing to address, right? Near 10 wants the federal government to balance its budget with social security cuts. Do not want. No. Do not want. She still has to be confirmed. But yeah, no. I've seen more and more stuff about Neera Tanden. Yeah. Not good, folks. Not good. The scope of stimulus legislation will likely turn on the results. Oh, yes. If either Democrat fails to unseat their GOP incumbent rivals, then the body remains under the thumb of Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, the Kentucky Republican. Biden's ambitions will be checked from the outset. The immigration legislation Biden said he plans to send to the Congress within its first 100 days would likely be dead on arrival. Cool. You can add that to the hundreds of bills that Mitch McConnell has not taken up. But sources familiar with the internal discussion stress that getting a grip on the surging coronavirus crisis is far and away Biden's top concern. Until that happens, one of the sources that the president's next wider legislation agenda is likely to take a back seat. The realities of a divided Washington, or one where Democrats hold the slim congressional majorities, mean that any big legislative initiative will either need some bipartisan support or demand uniform Democratic backing, further complicates the road ahead. Biden is planning an announcement sometime in December to spell his priorities to the public, according to a source involved with the plans. Yeah, again, he needs to deliver some type of palpable results, and he needs to do that soon. There you go, Chai Bureaucrat and Gino. I'd be okay with that. What do you think about the Supreme Court siding with the church in New York? Yeah, that was cringe, Selena Gomez. That was cringe. So, for those of you that don't know, a quick TLDR, the Supreme Court decided that religious freedom is more important than people's health. They sided with, I believe, it was like a church group who was filing lawsuits against Cuomo's limitation on gatherings, and apparently the Supreme Court sided with like the churches, and it's just a mess. Unacceptable. During a health crisis, you can't allow a public health crisis you can't allow religion to supersede a public health crisis. Like, what are you doing? Twitter themselves can get a spot to run the fucking budget office. Insane how easy it is for insider establishment types. True. Near attended matches Biden's long history of wanting Social Security cuts. She stated we should have savings on entitlements. And the Center for American Progress has put forward ideas on proposals to reform the beneficiary structure of Social Security. Some of our progressive allies aren't as excited about that as we are. Yeah. I'm not in favor of that. Yeah, this is terrible. That comes on as top of cuts in Medicare and Affordable Care Act. So yes, put specific cuts in the budget in Medicare. Cool. Nice meme. And then became more explicit in her supports for cuts to Social Security as she went on. Like, I know, I think that this is the official title, the official wording, but I don't like this. I don't like the fact that they're called entitlements. Like, what do you mean? It seems, I know that's probably the correct terminology, but like, I don't like it. It makes me feel like the government is just giving me this stuff for free, right? Every time I hear that word. Yeah, like, I think the correct terminology is like earnments. The only change Social Security needs is an expansion on taxable income. That'll fix the issue for the wonky debt hawks. And you can lower the retirement age, probably increase the benefit too. Yeah. You don't need to raise the retirement age. It's gross framing. Yeah, like, I know it's like the technical term, but like, I don't like that framing. Like, they're not entitlements, as if like the government's like looking down at you like, ha, we are giving you this for free, plebs. Like, what do you mean, dude? We worked our entire life for this. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, this is not good. Dozens of bandits seize a Brazilian city and loot the bank. Dozens of criminals armed as assault. Armed by the city in South Brazil overnight and took control of the streets as they assaulted a local bank. Jeez. Jeez. So it seems like they've done this in several areas. Hey Marcavius, how's it going? No. If you make above what is now 128k, you no longer pay into Social Security for every dollar of that income. Huh. Social Security is only 5% income for 30,000. Mostly are 10,000 and 18,000 annually. Oof. Alright. Cool. Hope you're doing alright, Mercavius. Yeah, Social Security is barely enough to live on. Sinaloa cartel, the primary supplier, meth in the US reports record lows because of decreased demand due to COVID economic impact. I imagine the cartels are trying to snake out alternative means of making money, like robbing banks. Life's rad, but I'm good. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. But I guess on the bare minimum, that's all we can ask for, at least. At the end of the day, you're good. Can you imagine what ending the drug war would do to the cartels? It's almost like that maybe should be a good idea. Mexico legalized marijuana. Did they? I'm the only pro-crime, pro-drugs presidential candidate. The two biggest cartels do coke and meth, Medellin and Sinaloa respectively. Yeah, so like decriminalizing that would just be a complete you would sweep them completely from under their feet in terms of like how they're able to finance things. All right, folks. All right, we return to Florida once again. Ron DeSantis on Monday urged Congress to move quickly to pass an unemployment relief package for people left jobless by the coronavirus pandemic. Gee, it's December, dude. DeSantis made his remarks to reporters on Monday in Kissimmee, a central Florida city that is home to thousands of Walt Disney World workers. The Walt Disney Co. has announced plans to lay off more than 30,000 employees, including 18,000 at the Orlando theme park. DeSantis placed the blame for the company cutbacks on California, where Disneyland remains closed because of that state's stricter pandemic policies and federal guidelines that prompted Disney to close its theme parks. Yeah, because there's a pandemic happening. What the correct thing should have been is to make sure that these workers are taken care of. Congress should have passed the relief package months ago. Yeah, no kidding, dude. It's December and like now it's like getting into your head. Congress should have passed the relief package months ago. The reason why a lot of people are unemployed is because of federal policies. No. It's because people like you can't get their stuff together and do the right thing to make the economic impact less. I have a friend whose daughter has a specific learning disability and will be on Social Security her whole life. Well, at least they have some kind of backing. It doesn't matter. Nobody against the power is willing to actually do it. True. I still have not received any COVID assistance. It's has no unemployment or anything, and I have a combat infantry man's badge. You figure they'd pay me first? Wow. Oh, look. It speaks. The robot. Oh, man. I hope... Is Ben in chat? Please tell me Ben is in chat. Please tell me Ben is in chat. Get a job, loser. Hey, listen, buddy. Oh, Ben is streaming? Okay. Okay, this guy is like unhinged. Are you okay, buddy? Are you okay? Hey, Mr. Troll. Mr. Troll, do you respect the armed forces? Oh, so you don't respect the armed forces. Hey, person, you do realize Ben is a veteran, right? Have some respect. He is a veteran, all right? So you show some respect. I'm a lefty vet 2, infantry honorable discharge. Nice. So I thought the right respected the veterans. And now I will never stream again. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. McCarthy brain people never have an answer. No, I know. This is a troll. Hey, hope you're doing alright. He's funny though. Yeah, he's somewhat he's mildly entertaining. I feel like I missed something. No, it's just a random coper. The right hates veteran. Look at how they give them very little support and leave them homeless with no. Yeah, exactly. Like it's so weird how they claim to be you know, in favor of like the armed forces, and like then they show up and disrespect a army veteran, Navy veteran, sorry. Kofefe. So yeah, like dude, you're so disrespectful, dude. The only reason I'm keeping you around for a couple of more minutes while I decide who to raid, you all just a bunch of Marxist lemons. It's because you make my analytics go. Oh, we were talking about Social Security. Is that what brought them out? They're in favor of forcing poor people to go die for monetary benefits and interest with no care for what happens. True. After the military. True. And growing. Yeah, of course. Comrade could. I agree. I think the imposter left the chat. Listen, snowflakes like that person doesn't really last very long in here. Sad, because they were raising my analytics just before you know, a guy who's getting effed by the VA cuts wants to hate on socialism. True. The snowflakes melt quick. True. Yeah, keep he's still here. Yeah, he's still here. The little snowflake is still here. Coming to spread the good of Cinco Simp. I have no idea who that is. Apparently a brilliant right-wing streamer. Make chat follow Chelsea Manning or ban them all. True. Oh, did they already get banned? Oh, just so you know, we're just farming you. You're a lolcow to me. And we're farming you for analytics, my friend. We are all cute. Hey, Old Growth Canopy, how's it going? Dude, you don't have a difference of opinions. You're just stating ad hominems, being completely disrespectful to a Navy vet, and coming here to troll. You don't have a difference of opinions. You're just being like, you're just being disrespectful. Oh yeah, no, the ad homs are everywhere. I try to pull them out of my like, yeah, you're just I'm old as Gandalf. Dude, how disrespectful. He absolutely is a vet, a Navy vet. He looks like he's 22. Hey, buddy, how do you know? How old do you think you need to be to join the military? You can join the military at 18, in case you didn't know that. And also, half of them are children. Go to your. Aw, I was gonna play with him a little bit more. That's okay. That's okay. I offered him a way out. He didn't take it. It's okay. It was like he wasn't giving anything else to the conversation. When I do conservatives come into chat, I pretend I'm against it. I'm somewhere between 30 and 100 years old. No, here's the deal, Jack. Here's the deal. Here's the deal, Jack. You have to go and apologize to Ben. Oh, I'm sorry. You run this channel. I'm sorry, Mono. I'm sorry. I forgot. You were I'm sorry. You were the You young whippersnappers all look 14 to me. My response to a recent breakup is to pivot and become an authoritarian. Yeah. So I'm basically like most she's no. Don't go to the dark side. No one really likes saying their age. Yeah, it depends. Because like, I don't know. I get too sus on the internet. This guy has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. Is crying that he needs Congress to pass relief when we've been asking for this for months now at this point. And yet he continues to allow the pandemic to spread in Florida. Not good. Probably someone that Troll supports. Joe DeGenova made the comments about Chris Krebs, who was fired by President Trump after declaring the 2020 elections as secure. Trump's campaign lawyer said that he should be shot for going against the president's conspiracy theories, declaring that the 20 elections are secure. Anybody who thinks the election went well, like that idiot Krebs who used to be head of cybersecurity, seems like a credible source. Then the Trump campaign lawyer, that guy is a class A moron, he should be drawn and quartered, taken out at dawn, and shot. Cool. Totally normal people. Totally normal people. Yeah, aren't we experiencing record evictions? Not yet. Not yet. Give it what? February, March? Give it about February or March. If Congress doesn't get it together, and if Congress doesn't expand these protections for evictions and foreclosures, if they don't expand these protections, it will be bad. I wonder if I'm confused once he's out of office. Well, I think he'll like eventually just go away. Eventually. It'll take a while, but eventually. Lots of stay of evictions on January 1st. Right, so the weeks after that, will be bad. In fact, speaking of Ben, which we're going to head out to Ben's in a little bit, Ben is trying to get... Ben is trying to get together a bunch of content creators to do something about the incoming housing crisis. I don't know what details are 100%, but I do know that he's getting together a couple of content creators and seeing what we can do. We can try to set up like like a charity stream to a reputable place. We can try to give it to nonprofits, organizations. We can try to, give it to a either a charity or a nonprofit to try to help with the impending crisis that's going to happen. I fucked out of housing. I lived in a U-Haul van for a few days recently. Landlords owning class are subhumans. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Do you think Congress will get it together? I'm not going to hold my breath. Gotta go. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for stopping by, Selena Gomez. You don't have a rhyme or reason. Your crimes are positioned in time and place. You're not important enough to call malfeasance in our personal neutrality space. Wait, was this towards the troll? Hey, listen, I got a good little boost of analytics. Oh, for the trolls. Yeah, I got a good boost of analytics for the last couple of minutes of the stream, so I appreciate that. Again, these people are just lolcows to me. All I do is farm them. That's what you do with trolls. Oh yeah, they got banned. They got pieced out. Oh, you're piecing out. Okay, ABMA. Thank you so much for stopping by. January 1 is a Friday. Could be ugly depending on the state. Yeah, like Dustin says, there's a lot of court filings that have already been happening. It just hasn't been opened. So I'm imagining once it happens, once the floodgates are open, it's going to get pretty ugly. Maybe. If we want to farm more trolls, I bet you find more on Twitter than with YouTube. Maybe. Maybe. I'm just saying, like, sometimes, like, the people that come on here have really nothing better to do. Like, Ben is a communist dog. Ben is a pathetic lefty. Ben Bleep Blop, he didn't even get his name right as a joke. I need to tell Ben about this. This is just too much. Oh, so they unfollowed me to do it again today. I see. Imagine, just to give me that sweet, sweet analytics. Yeah, I bet Twitter's full of them. Anyways, totally normal people surrounding the Trump campaign. Totally cool, totally normal. Pretty serious crush. Yeah, I know. Hey, listen, I got my own special trolls, okay? I got a difficult lie, and I got a difficult poop. So yeah. People have nothing better to do. In a lot of cities, states have to protect beyond the federal law, but they make tenants jump through hoops. Yikes. It's like they want, what is the reasoning for this entire thing? Like, do you want just everything to collapse? Analytics, they just drive up your viewership. Internet. Yeah, exactly, Dragon Rider. Well, no, I'm serious. That's a real troll and a fan. So please be sure to research and know your rights to avoid eviction. True. Oh yeah, they got me good. Hey, listen, they're funny, okay? I remember those trolls. They're funny and they come around sometimes. Pretty funny. It's amusing. I'll leave it at that. It's amusing. Alright, folks, it is 11:26. I gotta start heading out. I really appreciate all of you guys hanging out here. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the follows. Ben's personal troll brigade. I appreciate all of that. Thank you for the follow, Silver Fang. I appreciate that. Somebody made me dab and I didn't do it. So I'm sorry, Gino. Good stream. I'll try to be awake this early. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, doing news and politics as always. Please, if you enjoyed the stream, smack that follow button and go sub to our YouTube channel. It really does help us out. Thank you, guys. Let's head on over to Ben's channel. They do fantastic work. Please go give them lots of love. And I will be in the chat talking to... I gotta mention this to Ben. Alright, folks. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really, really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Please stay safe. Please take care of each other. And as always, I love you all. And I hope to see you guys in the next stream. See ya! Thank you. You too, Arnok. All right, folks. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. No problem, Cornbread. Thank you for stopping by. Let's go.